Next is, what kind of content is being shared on LinkedIn apart from job openings? Do people really use LinkedIn to post about social issues or crisis? In terms of sharing stuff on like content on LinkedIn, I'm not as active on LinkedIn as I would like, but the stuff that I've shared has gotten some pretty good engagement, and the organic is just stupid good right now. It might be different depending on when you're listening to this or watching. But do people use it to share content on issues on social crisis? I haven't seen that. I feel like that's currently a Facebook thing. A lot of people are doing that, like about social issues. I have not seen that on LinkedIn, thank God, because it's like there's plenty of it would just, in my opinion, remove the whole professionalism that the platform tries to cater. Like it's a professional environment and all that stuff. Yeah. In terms of going back to the content, I've seen and heard stories of people just sharing fitness tips, and that's how they started getting clients. And it's especially good if you're trying to start doing like group workout programs group wellness programs for people who work in corporate. I think that would be beneficial, just to start sharing your own workout tips or things like that. Other people who are digital artists just share their digital work, and that's how they get booked get these other gigs for these animation studios or these video game companies. And my friend who has a dance tech startup, that's how he's been promoting the culture and all the other stuff, and really bring the awareness into how he's transforming the dance space. LinkedIn is really a great opportunity to leverage a lot of organic content, just sharing your posts. Again, it goes back to the end goal of what you're trying to do on LinkedIn, especially since it's a more professional space. I know a lot of like people and CEOs and entrepreneurs and whatnot try to like share their hot takes. I don't know, for example, people working from home, going back to the office, things like that. You can do things like that. You can share content like that. You can even write articles and do long form blog posts if that's your thing. So those are just some of the content I've seen, and I think the content that would benefit you depending on, again, what you're trying to achieve.
So content being shared, job openings, views about work-life balance, anything that has to do with work or working. Those are the types of content or anything that has to do with productivity. I see a lot of those on LinkedIn. There's also a lot of, networking. So yeah, on LinkedIn. So do you really use LinkedIn to post about social issues, crisis? Some people does, but in reality, they shouldn't.
Yeah. To answer that second question, yes. But what kind of content is being shared on LinkedIn apart from job openings? Plenty. Companies share like milestones and stuff, company updates, or just like announcing if they have a new CEO, they have a new manager or director for something. Because like LinkedIn is a very professional environment, like to put it simply. So, like it's a place for people and companies with LinkedIn pages to pat themselves on the back a little bit, to share their achievements. People, like individuals on there, will obviously, when they change their position on something, when they add a position, job to their profile, it kind of shows up there, and it's a way to announce to their general professional network that, hey, I got a promotion or I got a new job, and people will go on there and congratulate them and thumbs up thingies, like their equivalent of likes or whatever. Yeah, like people post things other than job openings on there. LinkedIn is a great tool to find job openings, but it's also a great tool to network. If, let's say that there's a company you work for and there's an opening for a job that you want, network anyway. It doesn't hurt. Like, it's a good networking app. And as for social issues and crises, it doesn't hurt to let people know where you stand on certain things. Just obviously just word it so it doesn't really affect a job prospect or anything. But then again, if a company that is super focused on the social issues that you're posting and they don't agree with it, then you might not be a company you'd want to work for anyway. So you dodged a bullet there. That's just me. But yeah, like people actually, people actually post about social issues and crises and all that. Like something as big as the pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic, or the Black Lives Matter movement, like human rights and everything. They will post about that. They will make a stand. They will let it know which side of history they're on without the vitriol that comes with Facebook, Twitter, or even Instagram sometimes. Yeah, there's a way to do that. And it can be also as small as, should office workers go back to the office now that the pandemic is quote unquote over? or now that the world is open. Yeah, like it's also, I think, what does go on LinkedIn is way more filtered than what goes on Facebook or Twitter or what any other like social platform, because I don't even call this a social media platform. It is just looking at it, but I find this more of just a network, like a professional networking like platform. Really, it's a more focused networking platform as opposed to try to network on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. But yeah, so you do have to be a little bit more filtered here, I think, obviously, because especially if you're applying for jobs through LinkedIn too, then you can't be cursing in your LinkedIn posts, man. Come on. I mean, for VP as well, like what we do post are like some of our clips, some of our videos, like some of our, it doesn't have to be just the Q&A videos. It doesn't have to be just tutorial videos. It doesn't have to be informational videos. It doesn't have to be tips and tricks kind of videos. Like we also post like, you know, the stuff that we think is funny. Like we post clips of us reacting to Super Bowl commercials or to just like viral ads and all that. Like it's like we're still doing work. We're creating content out of the stuff that we do as a company, as an agency, and we're just putting it in as content, and it goes on Facebook, Instagram, and everything, Twitter and everything. But yeah, also some of it goes on LinkedIn. Depends on what it is. Don't be afraid to stand for something on LinkedIn. You don't have to, but let the world know, man, where you stand. You think people should go back to the office, or should be required to go back to the office like full time again, or do you think remote work should be still a thing or whatever? Like any social issues, like LinkedIn has like a little corner on like your homepage, and it has main issues that people are talking about, and some of them are social issues, and some of them are these tiny issues about going back to the office or stocks and all that. It's just a more professional looking Facebook, essentially. There's no cussing there. But yeah, if the purpose for you asking this question is to see if it's okay for you to do that, yeah, it's okay to do that. Go for it. Just some of the social issues one might alienate some people, might alienate some job prospects, but maybe those job prospects aren't worth having anyway. Think about that.